Hey, this is Adam at Foxhound Bee Company, and we are just chatting about these yellow-legged hornets that are in the U.S. We've got a couple things to talk about. We've got a trap here, we've got a lure here that we're going to talk about. We have done a fair amount of research on these pests. I have never seen one of these hornets or Asian hornets before. I'm in Alabama. They will probably be here in the next couple of years. Right now, they are in I think they're just in South Carolina right now, but they are an invasive species that has just taken over Europe and the UK. And it is basically a carnivorous wasp that hunts honeybees, and they're very, very good at it. I predict that they will be in the US and they'll be here to stay. So I think they're going to be a problem for beekeepers. I don't believe that it is going to be a pest that is going to just completely obliterate, beekeepers and hives. I think that'll be kind of a nuisance pest, just like small hive beetles are. But these are going to be something that we're going to have to deal with. So we are dealers for Vito Pharma. We sell Ipivar, and one of those products that they make is this trap that is specific for catching the yellow-legged hornet. We did a bunch of research and we did a blog on these hornets and what you kind of need to know. So there's a lot of details on here about like what kind of traps there are, which ones work, which ones don't. And then also like how do these insects reproduce? They are completely different than honeybees. I know honeybees really, really well, and these don't reproduce the same way as the honeybees that we are used to. So this blog just talks about what they are, what they do, why they're terrible, and then also how to catch them. So they have a couple different names. Asian hornet is a popular name for them. These are not the big murder hornets that were in the news years ago. They're called yellow-legged hornets, and they're called that because their legs are half yellow. So this is a good picture of one. Here is a couple insects that we might be used to. If you've ever seen a cicada killer, these are these really, really large wasps that you see flying sometimes. So the yellow-legged hornet is smaller than that. It's pretty large, but it is not as big as that cicada killer. Here's the wasp that we're talking about right here. And then here is another European hornet that we already have in the United States that we're kind of used to as well. So like these hornets, they are really kind of fascinating because they are very good at hunting honeybees, and they will actually feed. The adults will go and feed on the adult bees that are coming out of the hive, and they'll bring that protein back to their colony, and then they will then feed that protein to their larvae, and then the larvae will actually feed the adults. So it's not the adults that are actually eating the honeybees. It's actually the larvae that are eating the honeybees, and then the larvae in turn feed the adults. It's kind of a really strange environment that these pests live in. But so you can see there's a video right here of just like what it looks like inside their nest. So it's pretty crazy how they work. But this is the wasp, or this is the trap that they make. So let's kind of talk about how this is designed and how to use it. So it comes in a couple different pieces. When you buy it, all these pieces are kind of pushed down into this can. So it has this hook that you can hang from the tree or string or behind the beehive. And then it has this little plastic piece right here, which is it keeps the rain out of this cup, and then also kind of makes it so that the wasp will actually fly into this and harbor in there. So that is this piece right here, and then you have the cup, and you can see there's two holes right on the top, and that is where the wasp will actually kind of go in there and retreat. And then you have this cup, of course. So this lure right here, it's designed specifically for luring in these yellow-legged hornets. It won't capture bees or other types of hornets. It's specifically designed to catch these yellow-legged hornets. So this is the small pack, and it is only 10 milliliters. And then they have a larger container that you would pour into this cup right here. But you're only filling this cup partially full. So the instructions are on this. You would actually take this, put it into the cup along with 200 milliliters of water and 50 grams of sugar. So it's not very much. You're basically making a little sugar solution plus this lure, and it fills the cup halfway. So after you have done that, you put the lid right here on there, and it just snaps onto the top. And then this piece will slide in through the bottom right here. And here's kind of an important part right here. You can see the holes right there. You want to make sure that they are aligned with the entrances to this trap. And there's a couple little notches right there where you would slide, you'd slide it into each other, and it kind of locks. And this is like version 1.0 of this trap. This works really well, but they're updating it so it targets these hornets a little bit better. So I have this in here, and the hole is right here. You want to make sure that the hole is not turned to the side like this, because if it's turned to the side and the hole's right here, the wasp won't be able to get in. So you just want to make sure it's turned so that the wasp will actually get in there. And then it has the hook on the top, and then the hanger. And when you set these out, you're not setting it out and then like refilling it all the time. You are filling it. You're basically filling it once, and you're just letting it sit there until it gets completely full of these wasps, because they will actually go down get into the solution and die in there. One thing that's really interesting about these wasps is they will actually send out an alarm, and I've got a video here. They will actually send out an alarm to other wasps saying that they are in trouble. So there's a sticky trap. Let's see if I can go back. So these aren't the yellow-legged hornets. These are like the Asian hornets, and they use these little traps. So you can see that the person actually stuck a couple on there, and they kind of send out this alarm to the other ones to help them. One thing that you can see right here that is not good about these is they are indiscriminate on what they catch. If you land on it, basically you're going to die. So you can see all these bees are kind of landing on it. But the technique for using these sticky traps is to set them right in front of the hive with a couple wasps on it, and then it will lure the other wasps onto it. So it makes like honestly an absolute mess. Let's see if we can go back to this other video here. So this is this guy's using this net, but this one it works the same way. It's just like a mouse pad or a sticky trap for mice, where these hornets will just land on it, and then they will get stuck, and then they'll tell other ones that they need help, and then they will come and help, and they will get stuck too. So that is how those are designed. So I think that we are in a good place for trying to combat these pests, but I do think that they are going to be around for a while, unfortunately. So we have these traps. We have them on their website, and I'll put a link right here, and you can go and grab those traps, as well as the lure as well. If we're sold out, just add your email, and we'll let you know when we have more of them in, and we'll get them out to you. Thank you.